just a quick review of the textbook of clinical echocardiography. So this book is divided up into a whopping 18 chapters, so it contains a lot of information. So I'm going to go ahead and name each one, the title of each chapter, just to give you a good idea what's in the book. First one is Principles of Echocardiographic Image Acquisitions and Doppler Analytics. Two is Normal Anatomy and Flow Patterns of Transthoracic Echocardiography. Third one is transesophageal echocardiography. Fourth is specialized echocardiography applications. Five is about clinical indications in quality assurance. Sixth chapter goes over the left and right ventricular systolic functions. 7 goes into ventricular diastolic filling and function. 8 is about coronary artery disease. 9 goes into cardiomyopathy, hypertensive, and pulmonary heart disease. Various types of heart disease. 10 is pericardial disease. 11 is valvular stenosis. It's like a narrowing. 12 is valvular regurgitation. 13 it goes over prosthetic valves. 14 is endocarditis. 15 is cardiac masses. 16 is diseases of the great arteries. 17 is adult congenital heart disease. And 18 is intraoperative and interventional echocardiography. So yeah, as you can see, this is a very comprehensive book on clinical echocardiography. I think it's ideal for like cardiology fellows, residents, or sonography students. Speaking of sonography students, another textbook you might want to consider, well, it's not really a textbook, if you're getting in the field, easy exercises and quick fixes for sonographers with pain. This is another good resource for you. As you get out in the field, you get working. Sonography has a very, very high rate of work-related musculoskeletal disorders. Is one of the highest out there, in all the healthcare field. So this is actually, I just want to bring this up. Having problems with, like, say, your thumb, your hand, your shoulder, shoulders problems are a really big deal when it comes to sonography. This book is divided up into the sections of the most stressed out tissues that you'll have in your body when you do a lot of sonography. Starts out with the thumb, goes into the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the neck, and the lumbar spine. So I think this is really good just to, if you're having a problem, if you're in the field, you're having a problem already, or if you're going into the field with a problem, like a shoulder problem, or you just want to prevent a problem. I think this is like a really good resource that you need to check out. Basically, it has a lot of exercises. I'll just show you just a few things. So this is for thumb, goes over starts out with the thumb distraction. If you have thumb arthritis or your thumb joint's just overworked, it's good to do that. There's a couple muscles, your abductor pollicis and your first dorsal interossei. Those are two muscles that really stabilize the joint, so you have a couple exercises for that. The wrist shows you a quick little technique to go ahead and decrease carpal tunnel, the pressure in the carpal tunnel. That's how carpal tunnel gets started. You have increased pressure in it, and then the problems start from there. So this gives you a little technique to keep the carpal tunnel pressure down. Do that a couple times throughout the day. Get that carpal tunnel pressure down. You're going to have a lot less problems, and avoid carpal tunnel. Just like wrist distraction. Goes over some wrist strengthening, a couple exercises to make your wrist really strong. Spends a lot of time here on increasing wrist circulation because you use your hands so much. Contrast therapy, you alternate heat and cold. Also has some massage techniques, take you like 2 minutes to do. Splints, if you're to the point where you really need to rest your hand, it'll show you which splints are best for that, and the best neutral postures to really rest your wrist. Goes into the elbow, short section here, basically tennis elbow, gives you an exercise to get rid of tennis elbow. Shoulder, emphasis is on rotator cuff strengthening. The shoulder is a very shallow ball and socket joint, and it depends mostly on the muscles to support it. That's unlike the hip, which is also ball and socket joint, but it's a deep ball and socket joint. Doesn't rely that much on the muscles, but the shoulder, all about the muscles stabilizing it, keeping it in place. Of all the muscles that stabilize your shoulder joint, it's the rotator cuff. So it gives you some exercises for that. You keep the ball and socket stable. You don't have that extra motion there. You don't have things like tendonitis, bursitis. You avoid all those kind of problems. Also goes over some scapular stabilization. Goes over some stretches for your shoulder. Onto the neck really quick, and a strengthening exercise, some stretches, and then it'll end with the low back. Gives you some stretches, as well as multifidus strengthening. A lot of people don't know this, kind of surprising, but multifidus dysfunction, actually about any back problem you can name, like herniated disc, spinal stenosis, chronic back pain, post-surgical back pain, you're going to have, when they get around to doing research and sticking the multifidus muscle, they're finding it's smaller than normal, it's not doing what it should. And then if you go ahead and increase the strength of it, back problems go away. So multifidus is, like it says here, are the key stabilizers of the spine. Here again, get good spinal stability, avoid a lot of back problems. Just another great resource, I think, for sonographers. But yeah, if you're looking for a good textbook on clinical echocardiography, I think this is one of the best out there, so definitely check it out.